went ahead and got some speed sensors. Got two of them. They're the same part number because they were both under $20 each. So I figured, cheap insurance, let's just get these new. So I got two of those. I'll put those in. And then I also got this Mama Jamma right here. So nice. Doesn't say what it is, but oh, right here. This is the Yank Pro series, and it is a billet converter, triple disc. Probably way more hardcore than this car needs, but sometimes you just don't want to do things twice. So this is a 34 to 3600 stall converter. Don't just get what I get because it's what I got. Because what you should do is you should email these people. Try it with a few converter companies. That's what I did too, is I emailed them all my specs and they all came out with kind of like the same converter. And this is the one I went with. So basically you tell them what your gear ratio is, like your tire size, if you're running turbo or NA or whatever. You kind of give them some specs and what your power levels are, and then they will spec out the right converter for you. So you should do that, get it confirmed by more than one place, and then you'll be good to go on purchasing a torque converter. So I would say don't just get something because someone else got it. Actually let them help you pick one out. So that's it. Anyways, I'm going to test fit this in the transmission just to kind of get a measurement to see how it fits. And then I'm gonna take it back out because I am going to lift up the transmission from underneath the car and put it on the jack stand without the converter, so it's a little bit lighter, because I don't want to manhandle the new one like I did the old one. So a few things in prep, and then start probably putting that in there. was gonna start bolting this up real quick, but then I wanted to show you that torque converter is pushed all the way to the pump. You want to make sure this gap right here, these pads, it doesn't get over 3/16. And I measured mine with feeler gauges, and I am at a little under an 1/8. So it's all good as far as the depth. And I look up in there and I can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, the snout or whatever, the converter going into the flex plate like it should. So with that being said, I'm gonna start putting in all the bolts. This is like the magic window right here to put the bolts in where the starter goes. So I'm gonna put them in, spin it around, torque it down, and it'll be officially mated to the motor because the bell housing is already bolted up. So you can kind of see it up in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's a good idea to do your fittings now when you can actually get to them, because when you jack this transmission up tighter in the tunnel where it needs to be, it's very hard to get those in because there's just barely enough clearance. And it doesn't hit because you would see witness marks on there if it did, and it doesn't. So it's just really tight to get to. Leave your transmission dropped a little bit, put them on, and then lift it back up. So now I think, since the torque converter's all bolted up, these lines are done, I guess I could start tucking some of this wiring. Probably hook up the wires since they're easier to get to on that side. Let me switch over there and I'll show you. You can see right now, it's super easy to get to all this stuff. So I'll just start plugging this stuff in. Probably gonna zip tie our new pressure cable tight to the harness. Get everything plugged in, and then it'll be ready to start putting on the crossmember. Okay, I got this crossmember barely bolted up over there. It's hanging. So I'm gonna try, and get it started on this side, since that kind of side is supported, and see if maybe this attack mode is the right way to go. I'll let you know. Okay, just to document this crap, this is why these are such a pain to get in here, because even though you have it set up in there right, it's off by that far, and you can tweak as much as you want and it still has to move over that much more, but how you get it to tweak, that's the problem. So anybody who's done this knows this is why this crossmember sucks. So these aren't even tight right here, up in there, those aren't even tight. So they're not even tight on the other side either. It's just the problem that we're running into when we put this thing in here. So I'm gonna maybe see about changing tactics. If I find something that works good, I'll let you know. Okay, let me show you another option. You pre-bolt it up there and don't put the plate in here, but then the problem is none of your holes line up in there. Oh, there's an edge of one. So then you have to, sorry guys, I'm using my phone because my freaking GoPro died on batteries. So you put this in here. Let me see. Get that started and then start prying to try to get the holes to line up. So I'm gonna try this route now because crap ain't working. Thanks, Holley. Make a cool mount, but your mounting system getting it on is horrific. Here's another update. I've got one in there, I'm trying to get the other one in. What I did was I worked in, starting with this guy, I worked that in there, and then I carefully got that in there, and then I just ramrodded it with this. This was by prying in the hole with this guy first, I was able to get, I pried on this side and it let me get this side in. It's really tight. So now I gotta figure out how to pry to get this one all the way. It's super tight. I'm trying to pry it down into the hole. So this is, I feel like I'm almost there. Some fancy prying. It's there. I can start putting this plate up in the frame, up in here, and start getting it all bolted down, and hopefully these front facing bolts will align themselves up right there. Every bolt is in. So now I'm not going to tighten everything up. I'm going to go on the other side now and start cinching the other side up, and then I'll come back to this side. Just like that, crossmember is holding up the transmission by itself, and everything under here looks so pretty and clean. So you guys, there's still quite a bit left to do. Ouch. But it's in there, it's sitting on the crossmember's weight, so it's fully installed. So I think next time we still got to put the starter back up. We got to attach the shifter linkage, tuck that wiring over there, put the exhaust pieces back on, get the driveline back on, start the tedious process of filling the fluids, and then probably just quadruple check everything to make sure it's all dialed in. So still quite a bit to do, like probably another few hours worth of work, but it's close. That crossmember, man, it always takes so much longer than what it should. If that was like a basic, just zip, gosh, we probably could have everything wrapped up by now. But if you got that crossmember, you know the pain. And if you think about getting the crossmember, just know it's a pain. And yeah, so almost to the point where we can start running this, making sure the transmission works. And when it does, I think we're just gonna go back on the blocks. No blocks, but we are gonna go and put this in. And we're putting this in without the turbos first, but we are gonna see if this fits. I'm so scared. There's a good chance that might not fit. There's rumors that it won't clear the steering box. So we're gonna find out, but lots more to do, lots coming. I took out the e-brake cable and the speedometer cable.
There's another meet tonight.
What?
There's another meet tonight.
What kind of meat?
The wasted space guys that had them at the Target parking lot, they just have a different spot now.
Ricer meat?
Yeah.
Okay. Ricers.